and they couldn't deny sovereignty on this land because they'd have to deny this land. So what they did was they denied us, the existence of us sovereign Indigenous people. And that was easy for them to do. And then when it came time to, the colonies turned into states, and then the states federated and became the Federation, what we have today, the Commonwealth of Australia. What they did was Queen Victoria was the reigning monarch then, and she just said, just say they don't exist, and she gave her royal assent, so we didn't exist. And we didn't exist, amazingly enough, until 1967 when Harold Holt became Prime Minister of this country. And there was a referendum. It's the 45-year anniversary of that referendum this year. It was a very important referendum. And what it did was, remember, we didn't exist. And then all of a sudden in 1967, out of the thin blue air, we did exist. But we exist as an alien race. That is what we are called on the Constitution, the Federal Constitution of Commonwealth Australia. We exist as an alien race.
Water and kangaroo.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is how we exist right now today as an alien race in our own country. And now what they want to do is have another referendum and change the Constitution again. And where we are on the Constitution and where we exist as that alien race, they now want to make us a subject. Right now we are not subjects, we are not residents, and we are not citizens. Everyone else in Australia is a subject, a citizen, and a resident. We are not. We are just an alien race. But what happened was, in 1967, when Harold Holt was Prime Minister, he gave us a power. And it's a statutory legislative power. It's never been activated. And what happened in Queensland was, about 1.5 years ago, we said to the Labor government, we want that power activated that was given to us in 1967. As soon as we said that, they told us that we need a referendum and we need to change the Constitution. We didn't ask for a referendum. We did not want the Constitution changed. We're quite happy with it. We're quite happy to be that alien race because that alien race comes with the statutory legislative power that Harold Holt gave us. But they won't activate that power. Their solution is, oh, well, we'll stitch them up again. They found out about that. We'll stitch them up again. We'll have another referendum and we'll delete that part of the Constitution. So what I'm here to say is vote no. When the referendum comes up, vote no. Go and do some research on the Constitution. Go and do some research about what happened at that time in 1966 and 1967. Research it. If you need any information, come to me. But vote no at the referendum. We don't want it. And the other thing was, in 1967, when we did, amazingly enough, appear on the Constitution, under their law, and basically it's the law of the world, it's recognised in law, and it comes from Rome, actually, it's Roman law, and it's part of law of every country, of every land. And that is, when you go to court, they have the public prosecutor, who is usually a police public prosecutor. You have the judge or the magistrate, and the public prosecutor reads out the charges. That's their side, and then you have a right to present your side, so you have a legal representative. And in law, it's called audi alteram partem. It means hear the other side, right? Hear the other side. So what happened was, they didn't want that to happen to us. That's why Queen Victoria said, don't let them have their side heard. That's why she royally assented to us being just not existing. And then in 1967, we did exist. Guess what? When we did exist in 1967 as an alien race, we had a legal right, audi alteram partem, hear the other side. The government shit themselves. They said, oh my God, now they exist as an alien race, but they have a legal right, audi alteram partem. So you know what they did, the bastards? We had a court here called the Privy Council, the highest court in the land. They abolished it. The Privy Council is it's a high court of appeal. You could go there and appeal. All of a sudden, we had a legal right to go on appeal and have our side heard. Guess what they did? The bastards abolished the Privy Council, which is why we are in this shit today. But that is an injustice. We need to get this out to the rest of the world. That is an injustice. Our side has to be heard. It's a legal right to everyone, every single person living in this world under any law, and whether it's common law, whether it's military law, whether it's martial law, whether it's civil law in any country. That is a legal right of every single person in the world. So because we have been stopped from having our side heard, that's an injustice. What's the United Nations doing about this on our behalf? What's the international courts doing? We need to get up and we need to start saying things and make our voices be heard. Thank you.